Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my Enderal Let's Play. Last episode, we went on quite a long journey to find this place, Riverville, where we're going to have some quests to do, some main story quest, and then there's also quite a few side quests that I picked up. And off camera, I did a little bit of exploring, picked up those quests, got some of my skills increased via some skill books, and I found this abandoned house that we can go into, and it had some rats to fight in it, and it had a horn fragment up here that started a quest that I think is to collect more items throughout the playthrough, and then a chest which I stashed some items in, and a bed that we can sleep in. So that's a pretty nice little player home for us, basically. Although it is quite not really in the best condition. It doesn't really look like a nice cozy home, but I suppose that's alright considering we didn't have to pay anything for it. And then this guy is the friend of this guy whose murder we're investigating. So we need to talk to him.
Who are you?
Just a traveler. You are Alfred, right? The childhood friend of a man named Yarrow?
Yarrow. This is about his death, isn't it? The rampage.
You've heard about it.
Of course, who hasn't? Yarrow was one of us, after all. It is terrible. Simply terrible. You want to hear an old man's opinion, though? I always expected that something like this would happen. Malthus, forgive me for talking about a keeper like that, but it's the truth.
You mean you saw it coming? How?
Hard to explain, really. Come on, let's find somewhere to sit. It'll be easier to talk that way. Well, Yarrow. That's quite a subject, you know. You were right when you said we were best friends. Our fathers knew each other. For as long as I can remember, Yarrow and I were getting into trouble together. At least, until his mother died.
Not of old age, I assume.
No. Bandits killed her in broad daylight on Penny Road. Today these incidents are common, but not back then. The road was considered safe. Very safe. She was on her way to Ark, accompanied by 3 other women, and they were set upon at the pass. None of them survived. Yarrow was shattered. I think the worst part was how his father went downhill after his wife's death. The fishery decayed, and the poor guy filled his days with boozing and sleeping. It changed Yarrow forever.
How exactly?
Well, that's a good question. On the one hand, he became a man, despite his tender age. On the other hand, something inside him woke up, so to speak. A desire to make more of his life. Old Mother Jenica noticed it and took him under her wing. He learned how to read and write, and soon he knew all the holy verses by heart. When he didn't have to help his drunken father, he helped in the village as much as he could.
He transformed his grief into productivity. Sounds like a rather positive development.
Indeed, that's one way to look at it. It wasn't long before he was the jewel of the village, the striving young fisherman destined for great things, even though he was only on the path of a manufacturer. And then the inevitable happened. A keeper of the Order came to Riverville to see the prodigy with his own eyes. And behold, in addition to Yarrow's ingenuity, he also had a slumbering magical talent. The keeper took him away, and a few months later, he started his novitiate. Since then, I've only seen him once or twice, as he rarely visited Riverville. I don't think he ever noticed how much that hurt me.
Is it that uncommon for someone on the manufacturer's path to get a chance to become a keeper?
If one of the manufacturers makes it to Sergeant of the Guard, it's reason enough for a bard song. He must have been the first novice in centuries who was not of the sublime path. So yes, it is uncommon. More than that.
Okay, so Sublime Path, I believe, is like nobles, basically. So, I guess really only nobility gets to be like a high-ranking officers, which kind of makes sense. So what do you mean by I always suspected that something like this would happen?
Oh, it's hard to explain. I believe it was the way he was talking about his grand plans. How he wanted to make the world a better place, to become the greatest keeper since Lorem Waterblade. Underneath all this there was an anger. An anger mixed with deep grief and disappointment. I don't think he was aware of it because he drew all his strength from that anger. The strength to do all this, to learn and to work day and night, but it frightened me, like the Blue Death. It slumbers inside the pathless mage who believes he can master magic without the Order's help. At first, it grants power, but then, one day, it bursts out in an unholy wave of destruction, turning him into one of the monsters in the old songs. Anyway, I'm just an old man. What do I know about these matters? Now let me go to sleep. All these memories are making me weary.
Alright, thanks for your help.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so he thinks that Eero went crazy because of his magic ability, and that it somehow just was too much for him to handle. It's interesting. So there are a few other quests that I picked up, I think I mentioned. So one of them, we have to talk to the mayor, who's apparently his wife is sick. But I think first I want to finish off this main quest. So I'm going to try to find that strong box, and then there's also another one where you have to try to find, I believe it's a tree that's like an old dead tree where apparently there's a treasure buried near it, or at least there's another clue on where to get the treasure. Oh, that's probably it then. That tree over there. So we talked to this boy to get that quest, and apparently he found this little box by the beach, and he figured that it probably had some sort of money in it, and we opened it up, found out that it was only a clue which pointed towards this shrine. And then by the back of the shrine, it has an inscription. At the beginning of the current, a big stone with a raised bleak tree in the west. So that's... Didn't we like just see it? I know we just saw it, but now I don't see where the tree is. Guess it's... There it is, okay. So west is also in the direction of the strong box that we need to get, that Yarrow threw into the ocean. So we're going that way for the quest anyways. So I believe the kid wanted to see if there was any treasure in it, because apparently his father is in trouble with his landlord and doesn't have enough money to pay the rent. So we're kind of gonna do a good deed for this kid and bring the treasure back to him so that they can keep their house. If I can make it up this rock. So is there anything here, or... Oh. Oh, Cold Nights. Targets take 4 points of frost damage to health and stamina. Slows movement speed by 50% for 5 seconds. That seems like a good sword. Okay. Is that... So our Iron Claymore does 15, and that only does... Oh, is that a one-handed? No, now it is a two-handed. Okay. So it does less base damage than an Iron Claymore, which is low then, but it has extra frost damage and slows enemies down, so that seems like it's a good weapon. Then Handicraft book. That's nice. I do want to level up my Handicraft a lot because that's like smithing skill, and that'll be pretty important for my character. 100 pennies, key to Golden Mare Mill, and note to the Finder. Dear Finder, if you read this, it means that you found my legacy. Whomever you are, take it and use it for something meaningful. I repeat myself, meaningful. Under no circumstances I will give my daughters and their idiotic activities anything from my hard-earned belongings. Be Leclerc. Interesting. So then we should take that back to the kid, but for the moment, I'm going to continue this way so that we can... Oh, that's a lot of fall damage. Okay. Gonna continue along this path so that we can get the strong box, and then apparently just spars over here. Okay. So I believe fall damage is tweaked a little bit with the Enderal gameplay overhaul mod, which is a very important factor in the difficulty of this game. Basically, the Enderal gameplay overhaul changes a lot of the combat mechanics in the game to make it more difficult, and some other mechanics in general, I believe. So, one of those things that is changed is the fall damage, so I think it starts at a little bit earlier, a little bit sooner a distance than it maybe does in Skyrim, and the formula for determining the damage that you take is also different. Well, maybe I should actually save the enchantment on this for more difficult enemies. Okay, well I did not. There we go. I don't think bashing with the sword really does too much.
What the? Traveler up ahead! Get him!
I don't want to get hit by that archer. staggered? Okay.
Burn in the sunfire!
She really wanted to block quite a lot there. Ah.
Like the bite of a flea.
And we actually don't have a whole lot of stamina, so I shouldn't kind of charge this guy too much.
Lucky.
Wait, he healed all the way with his potions, really. So I'll get my stamina back a little bit. Oh, okay. What? How is he hitting me? Like, I can't even see him, so how can he just, like, magically see me? Oh, that hurts so much. Oh my god. There we go. Okay. A little bit of a difficult fight, actually. He just shot the thing right in front of him. Okay, blueprint for iron gauntlets, iron arrows. I believe I used all of my learning points, so I won't have enough to actually use that book that I just got. But that's fine, we'll save it for when I need it later. That is a big crab. Like a very large crab. Gotta slowly backpedal away from it so it can't get in range. There we go. There we go. 2 antidotes, another heavy leather cuirass. I might as well take it because I can sell it for something. Ice Claw. I'm always so excited whenever I see an Ice Claw. And I feel like I'm gonna be that way for like the rest of the game, but there's 222 of them in the whole game, so I'm just gonna be like, oh, Ice Claw, every single time. Burned off fishing lodge, okay. And there's a little skeever, little skeevy. Haha! I anticipated its attack and just hit it right as it was jumping. Oh no. Yeah, I swear you can never hit anything with the bashes in this game. Like, shield bashes aren't bad at all, but trying to hit something with a sword bash it feels impossible. Probably because of how precision is. Blueprint for steel boots, that's nice. I've told Ladia that the bandits could become dangerous, but she will not leave this place. These bastards watch our house every night. Yeah, well, looks like they finally got attacked by those bandits. So now where's this strong box? Just down here it seems. Yep. Key to the strong box, and then Yarrow's diaries? Okay. Oh, so this is probably his house? Yeah. So it must unlock something in his house. Wait, Pentus's house? Okay, I believe salt is useful for cooking food, so it's probably good that I grab as much of it as I can. Firm leather cuirass. So in this game, smithing does not have a skill tree associated with it, like a perk tree. So in order to get in order to be able to craft items, you have to grab crafting blueprints, and then you can use those to to craft new pieces of equipment.
Yesterday, when Sira and I sat under the old oak, she said something I can't get out of my head. The greatest peril in life is forgetting one's own ideals. These letters, the testimonies of my path, shall ensure that I don't. Letter 1, 8171 after Starfall. Yesterday, a keeper came into the village to offer me a novitiate. Apparently, old Mother Ilana set forth the matter after she realized I was magically gifted. Grateful as I am, the matter raises a strange train of thought. Maybe, in some grotesque way, it was good that my mother died that day. Why, you ask? Because it opened my eyes. Before, it was my only wish to make Father proud. Father, a fisherman. Now, I cannot help but feel anger when observing the village folk around me. Day in, day out, they follow the same routine. Wake up, work, carouse, and sleep. Is this all they want from life? Don't they too take note of the ills in this world and have the desire to change something? Only Sira is different. She understands what drives me, and she shares my dream of a better world. I told the keeper that I will come, but only if she is granted an apprenticeship in Ark. Thank Malphas he agreed.
Okay, so he had someone else he was looking out for, and that was just when he was a kid that he would have written that. And it is nice that it's actually voice acted for these diaries. Not all of the books in the game are, of course, but I guess the main quest ones might be. So let's read the next one.
Letter 2, 8186 after Starfall. 15 years have passed since my last letter. Sira and I now live together in a small house in Ark. It's been 5 years since I undertook the Holy Trial, but despite what I thought, I did not join the military wing of the Order. Instead, I became a Magister. Why? Because the children I teach will shape the future of this world. Because there is enough bloodshed already. 2 weeks ago, the Tranchessa approved Sira's concept of the food bank. It obliges every wealthy citizen of Ark to pay a handful of pennies to the Order, with which the Order will provide a warm meal for the Undercity dwellers once a week. Their reactions embittered me, The decree does not ask for much, yet they protested as though we threatened to take their homes. I will never understand people like them. As sad as this may sound, I am happy. My life provides me with a feeling of purpose, and I still have Sira at my side after all these years. It is strange, even though I know you will never read these lines, it almost feels as if through them I can speak to you. Sira, I love you. Sira is dead, killed by 2 Undercity dwellers as she helped prepare the food bank. How swiftly these words are written, yet how can I even remotely begin to express this pain, this void? Sira always said it helps to write, yet it doesn't. I sit here watching the ink dry and the letters form the words of a stranger in my own body. I am a stranger when I wake up in the morning. I am a stranger when the sun sets at dusk. I am a stranger when I lie in bed at night. The path condemns suicide as a crime because we all have a purpose in this world. But what is mine? I look ahead and I see 30 winters of solitude. I look back and I see nothing but a trail of broken dreams. Our food bank caused brawls and murder in the Undercity. The rich forced the Trachessa to revoke the decree. So tell me, Malthus, is this my purpose? To fail? My thoughts are chaos and I'm too tired to continue writing.
Wow, okay. So he just lost everything. That's sad. And I guess we go into his house now. It requires a key to open. But we just got that key from the strongbox. Huh. So where's it telling me to go now? Okay, so just tell Jaspar about what's happened. We can't get into the house yet, it looks like. So Jaspar's over on the other side of the river. Alright. Not far then. There's some skeletons there. But are those lost ones, or are they just... They're just skeletons, okay. Okay, they're just posed there. And there's a big not alive crab here. Still got quite a ways to go to the next level. But these crabs do offer some experience, so I'll take what I can get. Other chest, okay. Cool. There we go. That hardly felt worth it, but whatever. Oh, so this is Euro's house. That other place over there was not his house. Okay. Oh. Okay, so there's some rats here. Oh, I thought I dodged backwards far enough that it wouldn't hit me, but I think I need full stamina in order to be able to one-shot. Or close to it anyways. Because of the differences that EGO has over the Enderal gameplay overhaul EGO has over the main game, your damage is affected by how much stamina you currently have. So if I want to one-shot specific enemies, I will have to have my stamina near full, or in order to just generally do more damage, I should try to keep my stamina up. Salt here, that's useful for food. Oh, staff of healing, that's cool. Okay, so where's Jaspar though? That ring's actually rather useful. I think I'll equip that. The more stamina we have, the better. Set of the Swashbuckler. Okay. It's part of an armor set. That's interesting. It's light armor, so I don't think we'll probably be using it, but regardless, it's a nice thing to have. And a lot of peace weed, which I believe can be used combined with some other ingredients to make ambrosia potions, so that's also good. What's this over here? Bandit camp? Yeah.
A lonesome traveler. Some folks just never learn.
Oh yeah, that's definitely an archer back there. We don't want to get hit by them, so I'm gonna...
Fucking piece of shit! You'll pay for that.
You fucking scum! You'll
There
pay
we
for
go.
that!
Okay. And that other archer is coming this way.
What? That's all you've got? No!
I'd like to try to not get hit by the archer if possible. Okay, I actually didn't get hit. That's
Just a
amazing.
scratch. That's all you got?
Oh, well, I took a hit there, but that's fine. Actually kind of surprised I got away with only taking one hit in that entire fight. Taking that warhammer just in case I want to use it. I don't know if it'll be... I don't know whether I'll prefer to use greatswords in this playthrough or like other bigger weapons like hammers, but whatever the case, it's just good to have options, right? So I probably have some sort of loot in here then. Oh yeah, I just found another book like that in the house. They have some bread in here, so that's good. Light armor book. A blueprint for a rope, so you can craft ropes in this game. That's interesting. So apparently somewhere we can find Jaspar. Is there like a mine next to here? Because I didn't notice these carts. So is Jaspar like hanging out? Oh. It's an ice claw, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, one more ice claw to add to the collection. And by add to the collection, I mean put in my stomach, apparently. Oh, there's a cellar. Okay. Well, this is not at all ominous. There's a Phasmalist workbench. And, oh. Okay, yeah, I should have seen the corpse and been like, yeah, that's a trap, but... So it seems like Yarrow was maybe up to some suspicious stuff in here. Yeah, like ectoplasm and traps and necromancy related paraphernalia does not seem like something that a keeper of the Holy Order would generally have in their house. Or maybe it is, but yeah, Holy Order doesn't really evoke thoughts of necromancy. Lots of traps in here. Another ice claw? So I did hear someone else in here. So either a bandit or just Spar, I think. Oh, yeah, just Spar. Okay. Hey.
Well, if it isn't my new friend. Any luck?
I had to chat with this Alfred. He seems to think that... Okay.
Well. That's interesting. Good work. That only leaves the mysterious object in the water. I'll have a closer look around here in the meantime.
Yeah, I found what Euro tried to get rid of. Here, take a look.
Interesting. I didn't know about his companion's fate, to be honest. Irony of fate, isn't it? Murdered by those you wanted to help. But the Order will definitely be interested in these letters. Well done. That should be all we need then. Splendid.
What about you? Did you find anything?
I did, and now I finally know what to make of it. Come, follow me.
Okay, so I'm guessing he has some sort of dark things to show us. More fog sponges for my collection. Okay, very dark and mysterious in here.
I present a Star People's Lock. And I bet my buttocks will find another answer behind that door over there.
Star People's Lock? I've never heard of that before.
Doesn't surprise me. This kind of lock is usually only found in treasuries or castles. But they can be picked, though that's going to be quite the challenge without the bolts.
You need bolts to open them?
Normally, yeah. It's quite simple, actually. Every keyhole has a matching bolt that latches into place once you insert it. And once all the keyholes, 5 in our case, are latched, the door the lock protects opens up. If you don't have the matching bolts, however, you should prepare yourself for the most frustrating break-in of your life. That is, if you don't happen to be Jaspar, who knows a little trick.
What kind of trick?
You can use wooden sticks instead of bolts. They'll break a couple of seconds after you put them inside the lock, but if you manage to get all 5 sticks into place before the first one breaks, you can basically trick the mechanism. It's all about speed, in other words. So I'd say you do the running, and I'll wait near the pressure plate. You ready?
Alright then, let's do it.
Splendid. Here are the sticks. Alright, go!
By pressing sprint, you can sprint, equipped weapons and armor slow you down. Yep. Okay, so where do we need to go to exactly? Oh, so there's like that there, and that there. Ah, yeah. Okay. Is that all of them? Nope.
Damn, that was too slow. We'll try it again.
So I need to start right here, right?
That was too slow. We'll try it again. Brilliant. We're really good at this. Now let's take a look and see what the old Magister didn't want anyone to see, shall we?
Natural attack, okay. Oh, wow, I take damage just from being able to sit on this thing? And then it still explodes like they do in normal Skyrim.
A fire elemental. Not a weak one. This Yarrow knew about magic, that's for sure. That leaves us with the question of what exactly this is supposed to be.
Corpse?
At the risk of blowing your mind, I had already figured as much. I suppose that's his companion. Though it's interesting that he was already on the wrong side of the law way before his rampage.
He was on the wrong side of the law? Why?
Well, burials are considered heathen here in Enderal, and have been forbidden for about 300 years now. Here, corpses are always cremated. The whole thing's called the Last Journey. The deceased is taken to a place he or she considered special during his or her life immediately after dying. That's the only way the soul can move on to the eternal paths. Sounds very poetic, but I'm pretty sure the only reason the Order introduced the law was to prevent plagues. Plus, they might have noticed that too many lost ones running around on trade routes aren't that much fun for wanderers and traveling merchants.
Yeah, undead would be a good reason to start burning your dead. So, burying someone like that is considered a crime?
Yeah, but of course that only goes for the little man. The rich and powerful still tend to their family crypts. And there are still plenty of old vaults around from the time before this whole last journey thing was begun. And it's good that way. What would life as a treasure hunter be like without the notorious noble looking for family jewels in a century-old grave?
So, what now?
Let's take a look around and see if we find anything.
Alright. Yours
What's
memorial
that?
book.
Let me see.
Beloved Sira,
A
This
tragic
is my
ending for a
last
tragic personality, I'd say. Well,
in
I
it,
think that should suffice.
I ask for forgiveness, for it was I who murdered you. No, of course it wasn't me who held the knife, but it was me who infected you with my fallacy. The fallacy that the world wants to be saved. It doesn't. Yes, Sira, there's still a part of me who refuses to believe these words even as I write them. But just one look is enough to prove me a fool. We have so much, yet we are never content. We could make peace, yet we choose war. We embrace hatred over love. And no, Sira, there is no hope, no silver lining, no matter how much we try to tell ourselves the opposite. Mankind is at its end. It has been since some mad god created it for his amusement. A Quranian philosopher once said that there comes a time in our lives when we make a choice to live virtuously, yet in austerity, or ignobly, yet in pleasure. The philosopher called this second choice choosing the void, because this is what lurks behind its pretty face. Do you see it now, Sira? The bitter truth? They all chose the void, all but us. We who dreamed of something bigger. We who were willing to make a sacrifice for the greater good. Just imagine what we could have done if we hadn't been alone. But we were alone from the very beginning. And no, Sira, these words do not come easy. You of all people should know that. I wanted to believe there was hope. I wanted to believe that all one has to do is remain strong. But look where our idealism brought us. Here I am, in front of your dead body, murdered by those you wanted to help. We should have fled to a faraway isle to grow old together. But we didn't. And why? Because I corrupted you with my delusions. I, too, will go, Sira. I don't think there is life after death, and I do not care. But before I make my exit, I will give this world what it deserves. Do you remember? They all chose the void. They shall have it.
Wow, that's quite dark. So it looks like he didn't just go mad because of some disease or spell that affected him. It was him choosing to go that way. What do you think about all this?
Well, what should I think about it? Yarrow was a self-righteous fool, just like all these do-gooders are. They celebrate themselves as great messiahs as long as everything goes well, but once they fail, it's the bad, bad world that's responsible for it. The wise hermit has a good saying for that. People are only idealists until it starts to hurt. He and his lady should have simply stayed in Riverville.
Come on, that's nonsense. Mankind wouldn't be where it is without idealists. If it weren't for them, we'd probably still be worshipping Asatoran.
I think that if we all just spent less time thinking about other people's problems, whores would have fuller purses, breweries emptier barrels, and tyrants fewer minions willing to cut their throats open for the one true god or the one true nation.
So, what's next? Are we going to Ark?
Yeah, we are. Here, I've got 2 teleport scrolls that can take us right back to Riverville. Just meet me in the tavern once you're ready to go. I have some stuff to take care of, so there's no need to hurry. Farewell.
Okay. Well, on that note, I think it's time to end this episode off. That was quite a bit of interesting stuff that we did, some detective work, and yeah, it seems like Yarrow just went off the deep end of his own choice, so maybe he made some sort of a dark pact with a evil being or something, and that's why his eyes went red when he went insane and everything. Maybe that's what the red madness is. Just like people worshipping some demon or something. But I guess we'll find out more about that and probably get to Ark in the next episode. So thank you guys all for watching. Have a great day. If you like the video, then like and maybe subscribe. It does help out the channel. And if you have any comments of how I could maybe make this video better, or videos like this, then please leave them down in the comments section below. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.